Big up to everyone locked in. You already know what time it is, man. It's the chill chat with ends. Make sure you guys go and make a cup of tea, coffee, whatever you guys want to drink, man. And then we'll chop it up. I'll give you guys a minute because I know some of you haven't already made your teas or coffees, depending on what time you are or where around the world you are and stuff like that. A couple of quick things, guys, as well. Do me the biggest favor. If you haven't already, please go and subscribe to my Clips channel. That's going to be fun to watch. I promise you that much. And there's a few on there already, so go have it, man, and have a look at a few of them. Some crazy takes, by the way. Crazy takes from a few of the man them. And also, guys, if you want to keep supporting the channel, easy peasy, lemon squeezy, you can become a member as well for as little as $2.99. Do you know what I mean? If you want to just, you know what I mean, throw a little bit more support over here, this side of the pond, we can use that support as well, man. But big up to everyone inside. Remember, it's Q&A, man, so you guys throw your questions in there and we will chop it up. I'll get through as many as possible. Should be joined by Savage and G as well eventually, so that's all good. Big up to Honesty already, man, with the super chat. Big up my broski. Play Sobo right back, bruv. Bro got less assists than Edison, which is a goalkeeper. Nah, bruv, I've got okie dokie by man running around now. Sobo right back settings. Honesty, bro. Why are you over here with the right back thing as well, man? I keep seeing bare man say it. Like, oh no, I don't know why I'm tripping over stuff. I don't know why I keep seeing loads of people say this though. The right back for Sobo. He's a midfielder, bro. He's never been like a defender like that. So I know he's good. His defensive stats is better than his attacking stats, which is mad. I get it. I'm sure his numbers for like tackling, pressing, interceptions and all that is mad high compared to like assists and goals and stuff like that. But nah, man, right back, bro. Like, yo, that's gone to a bit too far still, my bro. I don't know about right back and that, bro. That's gone too far still. I don't know about that one, bro. Right back and that. Yeah, bro, that's his spot. Sobo is some Joe Linton thing. Nah, I don't know if he's a Joe Linton thing, bro. I don't know if it's the... Nah. You got to play him in his position. I think he's better. I think he's better in, I say a 10, but just make him attack, man. Give him the attacking positions. Yourself.
What you saying, brother?
Nah, man, chilling, bro. Just going to do this Q&A for an hour and then...
I'll say no more.
And then head out, man. First one, Honesty threw in there saying Sobo right back.
That's because it's flying around the internet, bro. I've seen it everywhere, man. It's crazy.
Imagine telling him, yo, go and play right back. That's
basically all people are trying to say is they don't enjoy him in any other position, so just put him at right back. No one's actually looking at his attributes and saying he doesn't have any attributes of a right back.
No, he doesn't.
He just can run.
He actually doesn't.
Yeah.
So why would you want to put him? Why? Like, I can't see the reason. Is it because they looked at his defensive stats and gone, well, he's tackled, interceptions, blah, blah, blah. Let's run him.
It's none of that, bruv. It's because he spent most of the time, especially last season, covering Trent, which means you end up in the right back position. I know that me and you was the person who did the video on it, and you brought up the heat map, and it was all at right back and all on the right wing. It was the whole thing, but that's completely different, isn't it? You know that as a coach, bruv. Like, just because someone can fill in the position doesn't mean that they can play in that position. That's like, if that's the case, play Kanate right back then, innit?
He fills that position a lot, to be fair, man. So
it's a mockery still. I actually like Szoboszlai thing's getting on my nerves now because I feel like man are just after him. So now man have forced me to don't let me change that CDL to the SDL, blood, because I will change it.
I think Jones is kind of safe now, so might have to change it.
I don't know, man. When Trent leaves, bruv, he's the only scouser left, bruv, and the heat might go back on him. So I might have to. I don't know. I might diversify my portfolio, sell some stocks and that, and then bring in. You know what I mean? I actually I think Szoboszlai can be great next season. I really do, bro.
And that's the whole point of this stream, man. How can we unlock Sobo, Mac Allister, and Gravenberch going into next season? Not this, because we've already got what we could get out of them for the whole season, and that's going to, equal to a Premier League title. But it's about next season.
Yeah,
there's a few underwhelming performances. I think, especially the turn of the year. Szobo's kind of obviously been inconsistent in terms of his numbers. Gravenberch been inconsistent since the start of the year, back to his, the standards and heights he set. And Mac Allister's kind of just plodded along. He just kind of got on with it. But I know there's a few performances in there you're like, but it's like, how do we get the best out of in each of them? Like the Newcastle midfield. I don't know, we always compare them, but you just look at all of them and it all kind of perform in their own right. So it's about trying to get these man them the same as well. Big up to Donna Blood. Donna said Wagwan. I don't know if Wagwan Mr. Eng, that's a mad. I hear it still.
I don't know if you'd say that to some geezer called Dave and that, but because it's, you know what I mean? Anyway.
If it was Dave, he's saying.
Yeah, if it was Dave, I don't think it would be Wagwan, you know what I mean? But it's all right, blood. But all I'm saying is you got more, if you're going to change his position, I think if we played with 8s, he'd be better. If he was left-sided 8, he'd play better. If he's left wing, he'd play better. But right back's crazy. I only say that because of how he played before he got to Liverpool. Because people put him as a 10 there, but he's kind of a little bit different at Leipzig, isn't it? Because they were doing that weird formation thing with like 2 10s, but then he was on the left wing, and then you see it for Hungary as well. He plays off the left, not particularly left wing, but he's very left-sided, like dominant. So he can cut in on his right foot and rouse it, isn't it?
Exactly. It's like I say a free-ish role, but it isn't a free role, but it is. It's just like, we've got players in the right positions. You just occupy a space, and then show us your quality, kind of thing. I said, big up to Savage, Akil. I rate all 3, but I don't complain. They don't complement each other. Strength, we need 1 or 2 additions to get the best out of these guys. So, in terms of rating all of them, I rate all of them as well. I'm sure the man them rate them as well. It's just exactly, I swear to God, we covered this in one of the last streams. When we was like, they're good players in their own right, but they just don't complement each other.
Yeah, they're all like individuals.
How do we get the balance then? What do we have to do? Exactly what Jakil was saying here about, maybe 1 or 2 additions to that, and then that's the way you can then get the best out of them. Maybe getting the DM does that, unlock Szobo, getting our ball playing midfield, and then you can push Mac Allister a bit further forward. What can we do then?
I think DM's the main thing. If we don't stop that hole what we got in the midfield, then everything else from the offensively won't work. The pressing won't work for the front. People play over your press because there's nobody there in the middle. And we don't have much speed in it. So if you don't have much speed, and the players' football IQ needs to be up to a certain standard, and even the ones that I rate still have certain things about them where I'm like, everyone is overgassing your IQ a little bit. Because Curtis seems to have good football IQ, but there's some stuff that you should be aware of that you're not. So your IQ can't be. Same with Mac Allister. Both of them, both of them dwell on the ball a lot. Mac Allister slows down the game, but he doesn't slow it down in a Modric way where it's like it's needed. He's slowing it down when we need to move the ball quicker. Yeah, I mean, and then Gravenberch is a little bit different because it's like, again, it's just awareness of what you're doing at the time, and shielding yourself and putting your head on a swivel and that, and that's kind of all it is. So because they're all missing different things, then as a collective, we need you to be better at it. If you're all missing certain attributes, then that's fine because everyone doesn't have everything. But then as a collective, you need to be in unison, which is what we had in our previous midfield, innit? As individuals, first of all, we wouldn't have put Wijnaldum there if we all had the choice. You wouldn't have put Hendo there anyway, and you wouldn't have put Fabinho there, or you might have, depending on how you liked. But as a unit, it worked, innit? And that's why everyone bigged up our midfield so much. So, yeah, we can't really work as individual football's gone anyway. And the only individual really should be is a number 10. And we ain't got that, so unison. We need to work in unison.
What are you saying, though, G? Big up, man, by the way.
Big up, Savage. Big up that shit, though, Chapman. Just listening there. What you guys are saying about the midfield. I would like to see a new DM. I'd like to see another midfielder, to be honest with you. Someone who's a bit different. I don't think a DM always necessarily has to be someone who can dictate tempo. You can get an 8 who can do that as well. Or someone who can do both, to be fair. If that, I don't know who that is, but just a player who can do both of those kind of jobs. I think that's just what we're really missing, to be honest with you. Like, we've changed what Mac Allister was. Well, we've changed what my perception of what Mac Allister was. I thought he would be someone who could come in there and do that. Hasn't done that at Liverpool. He's turned into literally a number 8, kind of thing. And I think he doesn't really have the stamina and the physicality enough, in my opinion, to be able to last a full season at a consistent level. You're going to see like crazy drop-offs and average performances and all that kind of stuff. And we're not really seeing the best of him, in my opinion. I think it's been a lot of us bare stats about, Mac Allister, and I'm like, I don't really care, to be honest with you, because that doesn't help us in certain situations, in general. So, yeah, there's that. Dom is Dom. So, yeah, I mean, how many times we're going to chat about this, but I think with him, it's just more of an instruction thing at times. But then with that instruction, then he starts getting into his own head. Do you know what I mean? He starts overthinking certain things and, passing when he should shoot, shooting when he should pass. Like all of these dumb things it's like he starts questioning himself. I don't really like that. And yeah, Gravenberch is good, I think, in phases. Like he's really good in phases, but then in other phases, I'm like, Jesus Christ. So yeah, you just need to get a mid. Like I think for me, I would be signing 2 midfielders. You know what I mean? Because I just think that it would add a bit more to the team in terms of the quality, because clearly doesn't rate Harvey Elliott, clearly doesn't rate Endo and stuff like that. So go out and get 2 midfielders that you do rate, whoever that is. Just go and find those 2 players. And I think it's just better for balance. They might not be, I know as fans, we want, you know what I mean, like the bad boys in midfield and stuff. I get that. But I don't need that. I just need someone that you feel can complement the midfield a lot better. Whoever, like, again, I don't care who the name is. Just bring that type of player into the team, and then we can keep it moving. Right now it's just 2 individuals or 3 individuals, should I say, just kind of just all doing their own thing, and that's why we're just getting mad at all of them at different points in the season.
No, big up, bro. Hey, let's wait and see if Szobo plays better. If he doesn't have to cover Salah and Trent. But he still would have to cover Salah though, wouldn't he? Because Salah's staying, Trent doesn't. So
the covering's not the problem, is it? It's like it's on the ball, which has nothing to do with any other player, bro. It's his decision making. So he just needs to get better at it, man. But I don't want give the geezer a chance in it. Like he's played good in certain profiles, and I think it's what you used to saying at the beginning of the season. I think the number 10 thing's hindering him. If everyone wasn't calling him a 10, they'd feel a lot different about how he plays. But obviously, the way we see 10s, and everyone likes creative star players, and that he's not that, innit? He's not the stereotypical 10. You know what I mean? So like he's not even like James Maddison. When G just said about people can dictate the play from not just in the DM, that's what Maddison does in that 10 spot. He just dictates the play. Everything goes through him. Odegaard, everything goes through him, and Odegaard's not even a 10. He's right-sided 8. So he's just got to be a bit better on the ball, man. But I don't think it's as serious as everyone's saying. It's just annoying sometimes, isn't it? Because it's the simple things, 5-yard passes, isn't it?
Yeah, he's like that. On this, like indecisiveness sometimes.
Yeah,
I think that's what kills him. It's like shoot, pass, and I think if he just corrects that, I think all it is just that, just correct it. He always looks like he's in 2 minds whether to do something instead of just doing it.
I think our whole midfield has a problem with decision making. How about that? Every single one of them. I'm not even joking, bro. And it's just that some of them are better than the other ones, but the best of a worst bunch. Because in certain games, we've seen when the decision making's on it, and that's when they've had a great game in that. Like Curtis is more creative, but we just see him. He puts him in this weird spot, and he just hold the ball and dictate play, kind of thing, like just bop the ball around. But when we've seen the best Curtis is when he's trying to break the lines and then following his run and getting into the box. We see the best. Exactly, he gets goals. When you see him that season, at the end of the season, when he got the however many goals he got when Trent went into midfield, and then the start of the next season, he was good. And then in the League Cup and that. Same with Mac Allister, when he makes up his mind quicker. Like when he's done them shots and Rost in the top corner, he hasn't held onto the ball for 3 minutes and then Rost in the top corner. He's made up his mind very quick. When he makes them little dinks, you know what pass I'm talking about. He's straight. When he makes that dink into the box, when he holds onto the ball for time, and then we're watching Salah make that run, or anyone make that run and he don't pass it, I'm like, bro, what are you doing? When Gravenberch spins and then in his mind straight away, I'm travelling, which is what Finger's good at. That's what Rice is good at. I don't know why he can't do it for England, but when he gets the ball on the half turn, he's good at driving with the ball in it. Gravenberch was doing that all beginning of the season, so I don't know why you can't still do it. It's all decision making, man. Like, it's the Prem, innit? You don't have that much time on the ball to be pissing around unless you're Man City and you're so good at passing the ball that you're gonna definitely break down this team. Like, you can't. That's what me and Cav was talking about yesterday. Like that, I know it's something simple, but when I watch the goalkeeper roll the ball out, Mac Allister gets the ball at the right back position, and I'm watching Sobo. He's breaking his neck to get forward, and he's in massive space. And then Mac Allister just decides to travel with it at walking pace, and then still give him the ball anyway. What's the point?
Just like, weird. Why didn't you just give him a tad bit earlier?
Yeah. What was the point? Nobody wants that, and Sobo don't want the ball anymore either because I've already gone. Luckily for him, Sobo had decision making, already made up his mind what he was going to do. So as soon as he got it, he turned around and crossed it to Jota, bruv, out of nowhere. No one even. The pass was cold, bruv. It was a great cross. It's one of those, man. You got to make the move quicker, bro.
Big up to Salah in the building as well. Big up to Scraps in the building as well. We need to find creativity in multiple positions. There's a reason we've been saying we create nothing for our strikers, etc. Scraps, bro. You remember? Yeah, we spoke about this a few times. It's not the fact that we, because when you say it's like, oh, the strikers don't get chances. Obviously they do, but it's not the rate of the chances when you're watching the other teams play.
Yeah,
you're like, nah, these men are getting like even like a couple of half chances. They're like, we're waiting to create the perfect moment for our forwards. It's like, no, sometimes just give them, bro. Sometimes just give them. Let's just go and see what they're going to do. Like, we've not even given them the opportunity to have like loads of missed chances. You know, like last season where you're like, bruv, come on, man, them, fix up. Nunes, fix up. Jota, come on, you got to finish that. We don't even have that this season. We've had moments like that, but not as consistently as, you know, what last season looked like. Which is mad, bro. Go on, G.
No, I was going to say, I think, I know we don't like going back into time and stuff, but a massive problem is always going to be, this is not his team. He doesn't have his players. As long as he's been here, he hasn't been here long enough where the team has been playing a similar or the same style football for 8 years. That's why Barcelona under Flick, they still play tiki-taka, but you change up a little bit. It's a tad bit more direct, but it's still tiki-taka in terms of they'll keep possession for time, you know, just knocking the ball around and doing, you know, they still have elements of their game. Hence why when we watch them play sometimes, crazy space at the back. They're getting open up like there's no man's business because you're trying to mix and blend two styles that are maybe not so similar. One that's very gung-ho in terms of what Flick wants to do, and then your actual DNA. Liverpool's DNA has been what Klopp has obviously installed. I do think that if Slot gets his own players, that's when I feel maybe, and this is just me hoping more than anything, that's when he will start to, okay, so this is what your football, it might be worse. I know Savage said that, but it could actually be worse. But let's just look on the positive. It could actually just be better. Because if we're having situations where players are not playing them in, I'll be honest, I'll put that yes down to decision making, but I'm going to lean more towards that's a tactical thing. He doesn't want them to keep doing that because if he did, they would just do it at a certain point. But the fact that we've gone, I'd say the majority of a season and we're kind of seeing that same pattern, I'm like, yeah, we can't even be like Arsenal, brilliant on the ball. Man City, brilliant on the ball. Brighton, brilliant on the ball. The reason why, they've all got a pattern of play, but they've not all had managers other than obviously Man City thing. And then obviously what Arteta's doing, they've had these guys come in and create that kind of pattern. We don't have that at the moment. We've got a guy who's just come in, trying to change it. Not too much though, because they ain't trying to go too crazy. And then I'm still trying to mix and blend. I've still got the same brothers that have been here for God knows how long. They only know one way of playing. Now we've got to try and change that. So we're going to see, as Savage said, those good moments. Yes, there's been moments in passage of play. They've been really, really nice. But then the majority is like, bruv, what the fuck is this? And I think it's hard for the players at the moment to be able to just change it so quickly like that. I genuinely believe because like when we're losing, that doesn't happen a lot, but when we're maybe down in games or we need to score, we every single time, every time that's happened, we go back to what we do. Just cross, get out wide, let Trent. That's all we do. There's no pattern of play. Why? Because that's what you know. You're gonna revert back to what you know because it's the easiest thing to do. So forget what the manager's saying, and they're not doing it purposefully. It's probably just a subconscious thought or whatever. But that's how I look at it when I'm watching Liverpool. I'm like, you need your own players, man. You need players who you feel can understand the system better and that are just different to the players that you've got at the moment, who are so installed in this way of playing, and you also want to use some of it, but you can't really because this, that, and the third. I feel genuinely he gets his own players. Liverpool play differently. Whether it's good or bad, I don't know, but I just think it will just play differently than what they're playing now.
No, facts. Big up to Godfrey as well in the building. Arsenal fan, big up, man. Love for the love, man. Big up to Honesty as well for the super chat, bro. Question: if Liverpool fans don't rate the team, but when you say get a Shirky, it's a TK, whoever, it's they ain't good enough. Then if you say players or player like Isak, he is too expensive.
Because he is. I don't think it's a problem what the fans are saying. I think it's just annoying, but it's what it is, isn't it? What he just said is everything true. When you say this, they're not good enough because they don't think they're good enough. And when they say he's not too expensive, it's because they're the fans who care about the money. He's expensive. So what's the problem? It's just that, like, I don't care about the money, so it never bothers me. But them fans do care about the money. So you're just speaking to the wrong fans is basically what your issue is. Like, they're not all going to be the same, man.
Why do we care about the actual prices of players?
No, we as French blood, we don't.
No, but I'm saying we obviously as Liverpool fans.
Oh yeah, it's obvious why. It's because of FSG, isn't it? Then, like, it's natural for them to do that. I don't even hate them for it. I just find the conversation boring. But I don't think the fans are in the wrong. I just don't care. The reason why they do that is because they know what the model is. Not that Edwards and that came out and told us the model. It's just off experience. We know what the model is. It's been like that for however long, and we only got like a year break from it when Edwards and that left. So once we realised that's the model, then everyone started to go, okay, then so we have to look at players when it comes to the transfer window where we can only spend this kind of money, this much money. So instead of looking at a £150 million player, if you're a Liverpool fan, you'll start to look at £350 million players because we know we're not going to get any more money. Or if we're going to buy a big expensive player, you're only going to get him on his own. And we've always had that. That's why there was all shot to the Caicedo thingy in the first place, because like that's not a Liverpool type. When it was Bellingham and Tchouameni and all that was available, everyone was like, "Oh, should we get Bellingham or should we get 3 players because we won't be able to get another one?" And guess what? We didn't. We went and got 4 players for the same price. So I think that's what it is. It's what they know, innit? But I guess for me, the reason why it don't bother me is because I'm not going to pretend to know the ins and outs of Liverpool's finances and how everything works. So for that reason, I'm like, I don't care. It's not my money. Now, if the club came out and told all of us this season you've only got 100 mil to spend, then when everyone's having these discussions, it makes sense because it's like this guy's 70 mil and there's 30 mil left over, and then you have to start thinking, I don't know about that. We need 2 players. But the fact that they never tell us, I don't understand why everyone gets so butthurt about it. I'll just leave it alone, bro.
Yeah, same. To be fair, same to with this super chat as well. Big up, Honesty. It's pretty much the same question, really, isn't it? We always, I don't know, we always look down at players, but we don't. For some reason, we don't rate them either. It's because of the league they're coming from, whether their numbers isn't as good as the players that we currently have. But even then, I'm still seeing we're bigging up other players with lower numbers, but then say the reason why we want to replace these guys is because of the numbers. It's just like, that doesn't even make sense.
I'm with you though. I think this big up Honesty. I think that the super chat's not wrong though. I think it's the opposite, bro. If I see people big up people from the other leagues more than they do in the Prem, and the ones in the Prem is the ones that everyone watches every week. You know what I mean? Like, why the fact that anyone's even talking about Ekitike and none of them are watching him play a full match, bro? Because you don't care about his team, innit? But they're talking about him as if he's like real talk on that. I know we joke around on that, but I rate Bremer in it. I think he's cold, and I like Wissa. I like Chris. I think they're all cold. They've all got the same like goals and that numbers, and they're doing it in the same league where our team is, and everyone's talking about the other guy who they've not seen play. We've seen these guys play against us and mash us up, bro. All struggle against them. So it's like it's not a problem, but it's like they do overrate. Even if it ends up being right, even if it ends up being correct, they do overrate everyone from a different league because it sounds more exotic, innit? Whereas everyone else who's in the league and that, like, it's whatever. Like me, I know us lot have joked about the lap and that loads, but just picture this, innit? Another guy from a different league, same numbers as the lap, same age, same physicality and stuff like that. they would speak about him way different, bro.
Mm.
They'd be like, oh, we should get that guy in. You know, like that Elder Lappen, that blood from Spain, bro. From
Elder Lap, you know. Nah, Elder Lap is
They would
crazy.
though. They really would. Okay, used to, because you lot are on these streams more than me. How many
Yeah.
times has a man sent you a message or something in a comment section and said, "Oh, so, do you know my man, the 15-year-old from, and do you know my man, the 18-year-old from?" And they'll be talking about someone from like Boca Juniors second team, bruv.
Mm.
Okay, so let's talk about them. But then you mentioned someone who plays for Southampton, and like, nah, some relegation reject. How is it different? Like you man rate some Argentine league and that you never watch. I'm not saying that it's worse. I'm saying you don't watch it, bro. But you rate it more than the Championship. How? It's very snobby, bro.
Yeah.
And then what people do is they wait for them players who no one wants to be snobs about to get to Man U, to get to Chelsea and all that. Oh, we should have got him. Ref. He was there and nobody took him, bro.
He was there. We didn't. That's what I don't want to happen to, like, Shirky. I'm like, the common conversation is, well, no one's gone for him in January. I'm like, so I don't care about that, bro.
If Shirky ends up at Arsenal, Chelsea, United, City, they'll find out, blood. They'll find out very quick, bro. Because man will call him thingy, bro.
Because you know what that looks like, innit? That looks crazy.
Bro, man will call him Mamouche, BTEC Salah and that, blood. Just because he's from Egypt. No other reason. Now you see what's going on in it.
Yeah, Mamouche is dangerous still. Big up to Abdul as well, man. Says big up. Says, hey, N Savage G and the chat. How we all doing? Blessings, greetings, respect, and togetherness. Like, comment, share, subscribe. You never walk alone. Justice for the 97. Liverpool community, many thanks. Big up, bro. Love for the love as always, man. Big up to Michael Talks as well, bro. What you say, man? Hope you're blessed in the building as well. Right. What did he said? I hate midfielders who hold on to the ball for too long. Not was TD. Why do you not like midfielders that hold on to the ball? That's mad still, bro.
His names are funny.
I know, I like. Big up to Doug as well. Big up to Ed Savage and G. Why do you not like the midfielders, bro, that holds on to the ball? Big up to Zabiri. Why is everyone doing Savage's eyes? I see G do it the other day. Sav, man, you might have to copyright that.
What?
You can't copyright emoji, bro. It's peak now.
No, he needs to copyright the entrance, bro. Big up Zabiri, though.
No, I hear it, man. It's funny, isn't it? Because you remember when we were getting Slot? Well, before we got him in and was looking at managers and that. And everyone's trying to pick what managers are like. And obviously me and G, we wanted De Zerbi on it. And it's funny because, like, I'm not saying that comment's wrong. It's an opinion. You can't be on it. But I hate people that hold on to the ball for too long and all that. And I'm like, I'm just saying that next season, if G is right, which he probably is, to be fair, about Slot's style, bruv, that might be the whole style, bruv, of everybody.
Yeah.
And then what? Because I heard how everyone used to speak about Man City, bruv, and that's what they used to do: hold on to the ball, bop it around, hold on to the ball. Grealish, hold on to the ball. You know what I mean? Not much difference between Grealish and Curtis, bruv, of how they hold on to the ball and that, bro. Get control of it, move it. That might end up being the whole game, bruv. Because remember how excited Curtis was when the first Slot press conference? He's all gassed in that because he's showing me some stuff, how we're going to play, and I'm excited. I'm like, why is he so excited? He said it's more my style. His words, not mine. Then my man said he wanted Zubimendi. Okay, now I'm getting a picture. You want Zubimendi, you're playing Curtis now. You don't want to play Harvey. Okay, I'm getting what you want. You want complete control of the ball. You're playing Mac Allister. Okay, I hear it. So just get used to it, boys.
No, this is what I said to you. Once he gets players in, like I know, obviously it's too late now, and I don't think he's gonna come, but he needed that Supermendy signing. Like you just need that one signing, just the one person. If I'm only gonna get that, who I can at least say, okay, you know what, this is how I want to play my football, and this is why I want to play the football in this way, because you can see what Zubimendi's doing and etc. etc. When he didn't get him, like I said, bro, we're using the same 11 that we used last season. And in some other players, it's the same 11 that we've had, or same players that we've had the previous 6 years prior to that. So, yeah, let him get his players, man. Let's see what that what that looks like. But I'm fine with the Zerbi ball. I don't know about anybody else, but I'm good with that.
Big up to Danino, bro. Man says Tom is the worst. Just don't shoot when the opportunity clearly arises. I'm sure it piss we all off. It does. It does. He should shoot, bro. But I don't know, bro. Like, why does it's just crazy? Like, bro, the get it opens up. Like, just let loose, bro. Let it go, man. And said, nah, I gotta play the percentages. If I play out here, maybe he'll score. If I play it there, then we retain the ball.
I think you're right, though. Now you just said that like that. I think you're right. I think, again, like I said, it's like at time, not all the time. I can't put all the blame on the manager, bro. Like sometimes you're on the pitch yourself, bro. Like do the thing when you need to. But I promise you, if something keeps happening all the time,
that's what I said.
If it's not a like one of those kind of things where you can obviously change, then bro, I genuinely believe it's like the manager's asking him to do certain things, i.e. play the percentages. That's why I say, yeah, no, I like that because I feel like that's what it is at times, bro. Put the ball out. We don't like it. Of course we don't. But the manager probably loves it. Like,
yeah, that's what
all the time. Like there has to be a reason why he's always playing. So he's probably thinking, I love the fact that Dom can run around. He keeps the ball ticking in that final third. As an example, he pops it to Salah. Salah's the one that we can allow to do the whole take a shot whenever you want to. He's the only one, it seems like, in the attack where you said you take a shot whenever you want to. Everybody else, play the percentages, please. Like unless you're guaranteed to get it on target, then cool.
Yeah, I agree. That's the only reason why my problem with Szobo is not everything else. It's just in the final third, the manager's not telling him not to take this open shot at all. He's not saying he's just me and one guy, let's just not shoot. He's definitely not saying that. So that's the part I've got problem. And he's not saying when you pay a 5-yard pass, don't make it complete, bruv. He's definitely not saying that.
Yeah. That's what I said. Yeah,
they're the biggest issue. But I do get what you mean because there's loads of stuff I'm not going to bring up again because you two obviously don't care about the fan base. And I told you to do the videos so you can explain stuff to people, and you two don't want to do it. But that's why when I hear Mandem losing their mind about, oh my God, why is it not overlapped in that position? Bruv, I know what teams overlap and I know what teams don't, innit? And there ain't no way that Robbo, who's been overlapping for 9 years, blood, all of a sudden just said, nah, I'm not going to do it, bro. I'm just going to run into the 10 spot. There ain't no way, bruv. There ain't no way, bruv. And then when Tsimikas plays, he does the same thing. I'm like, brother, come on, man. I'm not an idiot, blood. Like, seriously. Oh, and then all of a sudden, Jot, who spent his whole time being in the box, don't want to be in the box anymore. Nunes, who's the strike, he just don't want to be in the box anymore. No, blood. It's what he's been told. Oh, so Jot's the one who's closest to the goalkeeper, but Szobo runs out of midfield to press. It's obviously an instruction.
You know, like that, Savage. Thank you.
Do you know how mad that is when I see it and I'm just like, if you don't win the ball, do you know how much space you've now left?
That's what happens when he gets tired. Once he gets tired or the season's gone on longer for Szobo, when he does it, they just kick the ball over his head. And he can't do nothing about it, bruv.
Then he has to recover and do a little jog back. And you're like, we could have just stopped that. Big up to Red Scout in the building as well. It says big up to Ends, big up to Sav, big up to G. Why does G have 2 flags? That's them man their flag. I hear it. Yeah. British flag is for the man there. Nah, that's you man's flag though.
That's for all of us.
Jamaican one for you guys.
That's for all of us, mate.
I didn't even see the thing. I didn't see it.
God save the Queen and he didn't. She's upstairs, but you know my point.
Big up to Trevor as well. Any striker at this point would be better than our current strikers.
Yeah, maybe not any, but yeah, it would be nice to have a new striker. Definitely say that.
Any striker though? Any striker?
No, like I said, not any, but like we need a striker. Like I think that's very evident.
Yeah, we need a striker anyway because I think one of them's I think Nunes is gonna leave, and then again, ask me next season on it because if we're gonna play the same way, then what's the point? If we're gonna play the same way, you might as well just buy a false 9, bruv. Someone who's better at doing that because the ball ain't going in the box enough anyway. So, one of those.
Big up to C for another super chat. Why do fans flip flop on Cody? One day they want to keep Cody, sell Diaz, then vice versa. What does Cody need to do to be consistent for Liverpool than for Lucho? I don't know.
I
don't know.
Yeah.
But hasn't he not been consistent though?
Nope.
What hasn't he not been? Because is it the goal scoring side or just performances, like in-game performances?
Yeah, literally, his performances just haven't been consistent this season at all.
Yeah, he goes missing, man.
He's had a very good purple patch, and then that, again, like Diaz, they have a mad purple patch, and then man don't see you again for like God knows how long.
Do you think that's because they're fighting over the same position? So it's just like once one come in, as long as he does his job, the next one will come in, then he does his job.
But one
Cody always does it. He always goes missing.
Yeah, but one should at some point, like prime example, again, another team, Doué and Barcola. What happened? Doué came in, now he's playing, now he's just in the form, like he's now the left winger now, kind of thing. Someone has to take that mantle. Like it's like they're both like, oh, I don't want it. Like you take it. No, you take it. I'm like, bruv, like can someone just take it?
But at the same time, you look at their numbers, right? And the numbers are there. I'm sure both of them are over like 20 goal contribution from that side.
Yeah.
What, like, obviously it doesn't work like this, but I always go, what if one just played, if he was like consistently on that side?
Yeah.
Even in the bad moments, even in the, you know what I mean? Like with, like, say Salah's side, even if Salah isn't performing, he still stays there. No one comes in for him.
Yeah.
But what if we just did that with, like, say, a Diaz? Even when he's going through like the bad moments, some of those games, maybe he would have picked up more goals and assists.
The only problem is if you've got two people that can play at that level, keeping them in the bad moments is silly, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
You're just asking for trouble when Salah doesn't have somebody to swap with, so he's always going to be like that. If there's some, it's a bit hard because obviously Salah's Salah in it. So say Salah was a level below what he is, and somebody matched Salah, he wouldn't play as many games. And the manager said that himself, bro. So with Diaz and Gakpo, as you saw when we had a previous manager, and that Diaz played most of the time, not Gakpo. But then he still had less goals than he has now. So that is what happens. You know, unless you're like how Man City did it, where all their wingers were the same level, but just completely different. So you could have Mahrez on the bench for half the season, but he still got 17 goals, and every time he played, he performed. And some were good in the Champions League, and some wasn't. The output's never going to be. It's never an issue to me because we score enough goals on it. So then I'll just be making up an issue. But the performances ain't there, and that's what we're watching. We can see it with our eyes, bro. Like, man is missing in the game, bro. Like, Diaz is never missing, and Gakpo's missing quite a lot. But Gakpo scores a little bit more goals, bro. He's a little bit more efficient. So probably need a mix of the two of them in it. But it's not like I want to get rid of him. I'm fine with it. It's just that the question was that.
It's also like,
oh shit!
It's mad with the whole like goal contribution thing. Yeah, it's you could. It's mad, isn't it? Like the way I look at the goal contribution thing is like the only time I care about it is if you're getting Haaland, Kane, Salah numbers. When you're kind of getting like the Diaz numbers, that it doesn't really impress me enough for me to be like, yeah, you have to start. Like obviously, yes, it's good. You're getting however many goal contributions that they've got. But those are not like great numbers. Like they're not even that good. Like they're like, oh yeah, that's okay. Like I would expect Mbeumo to have those numbers. I'd expect Gordon to have those kind of numbers. Hence why I don't feel like you should just swap them for those guys. You need guys who are on the level above who can get you better numbers. That's why I'm not really bothered about like the numbers thing. Like I do need you to like, even in the bad moments, I don't know, like I don't feel like I've watched, obviously just this season, of course, but I haven't watched Dembele go through like an 8-game stretch for PSG, and it's been like, and you know what I mean. Whereas I've watched Diaz go through that stretch, and
that's why I said to you the performance is not the output, bro. Because the output, even though you said the output's not mad numbers, they're not bad numbers either. They're just
they're not bad. It's just like I don't care. Like they're not enough basically to keep you in the team. Is what is there?
Yeah. So that's why I care more about the performance, because at least then I'm like, well, we're getting enough goals, but you contribute because goal contributions isn't everything, but like there's still contributions in the game that doesn't show up on the stats, innit? So as long as you're playing like that, we're fine because we score enough goals, bro. We're always doing this exaggeration like Liverpool don't score enough goals. We always score enough goals, bro. So that's not a problem. But I am with you on that, man. Like the stretch of games that people can be bad for in our team is crazy, bro. So
big up to Zubiri, but big up to Dr. EQ as well. The modern football fan way, my guy. Prisoners of the moment, always. Big up those Zubiri, bro. What are you saying?
Big up, man. All good, man.
Working class fan, you know.
Yeah, working class fan, man. Been busy working, trying to enjoy what's left of Liverpool football this season, and It's taking care of business, man. Yeah, modern day football fan, man. You know, looking at the season and looking at what's going on, contracts, man, signing up. Some men still haven't signed up. Trying to look towards the future of things, and listen, we'll just have to take it a day at a time and try to enjoy these moments. So being prisoner of the moment isn't necessarily bad. It's just mean you're probably enjoying it or trying to stretch it. You know what I mean? Just to make whatever feelings you have going on at the moment be relevant for you. I see people up in arms about Trent and what's going on with him, and it's a moment thing. Trent signs tomorrow. All of that energy exuded into that would have just been in that moment only. You're gonna have a different point of view on it. And the same thing to be said about the football. The football gets better. You don't care about these moments. You're just gonna like, yep, won the league because we were good, and then we got even better. It's weird when things go bad and then you start going back into the past. Like, yo, you remember when it was this? Remember when it was that? So, for me, man, it's all about how you enjoy the moment. You take a loss. Some guys relish in that loss for like a week or 2 weeks. Other guys, it's just a day, and they keep it pushing, man. So, we don't need to be holding on to every single moment, man. Hold on to every single build-up play, because that's usually me. 100% with certain players, your Robbo, your Salahs, the way the midfield looks. I usually try to hang on to that, but it's just a game, man. Anything can happen in the game. Man can be on it, off it. It's I'm not gonna crucify a man because of one bad performance, bro. Oh man, look tired. Oh man, this man that. But I think going with the topic of your show, what's up with the midfield and how we get the best out of the midfield, bro? I don't care, bro. I tell you, I don't care. We're coming from, I don't even know what the midfield before the Brexit was.
Emery, Chan, Lucas, Coutinho.
No, but I'm just saying, like, if we should have given it a name, because
I don't know what you'd give that. Just Coutinho, bro.
Yeah, just for like Coutinho midfield only, man. So yeah, coming from Brexit to here, it's good, man. Like, I rate this midfield more than the Brexit midfield. How do we get more out of them, bro? That's
not really, bro. Do you really
I
rate it? You rate it more than
what? Bro,
No
listen,
way, bro.
that midfield was cold, man. Genie, Hendo, and Fab,
listen,
bro.
Listen, I'm not putting down that midfield to big this one up. That's not what I'm doing. I'm saying, as far as the two that I rate and the one that's like I prefer this one. The one back then, functional, consistent. This one, maybe I don't want to overrate it too much, but I felt like there's moments in this midfield, it appeals to the way I like the midfield. See man turning on the ball, driving, and that I'm like, yo, nah, dope. I'm seeing man doing some, I don't want to say one-off pass because it's in their locker, but I'm just seeing some different levels of creativity, and I'm like, oh, nah, cold. But then obviously there's frustrating moments, and this midfield made me appreciate Jones more. Like, oh, so that's what you bring to the table. So for this midfield, it makes me appreciate every player in there a little bit more. I mean, obviously there's gripes with men not tracking back, not saying walking back, but tackling. Some men look like they're just running around and that's all they're doing. But no, I rate this midfield, man. I like it, man.
You might have to send me them thingy, but you might have to send me them American links to watch Liverpool games, because man said creativity in this midfield, but I ain't seen it till this day, bro. So you might have to send me that link.
Because I've seen, and like I said, you can say it's one-offs, but it's fine. If it only happened 5 times, I get it. But like I said, when it does come off, I'm like, oh, nah, dope. Because I'll see like Mac Allister squeeze some balls in. I was like, ooh, nah,
Well, not.
Nice.
Hey, for real, nah. Why not for real? Squeeze some what in?
Nah, but like I said, there's just some moments in there where I'm just like, yo, cold, man. Even Gravenberch sometimes on his moments, I was like, nah, dope. Szoboszlai, I'm just like, nah, they don't happen often, but like I said, the potential for them is always there, and I feel like that's what the manager is hanging on to. So I kind of rate it with the Brexit midfield. I can tell you right now, they do have moments. Fab with the first time pass to Salah, you're like, dope, right? Genie, press resistant, dope. Hendo, energy, bro. Man, remind me of Elephant Man, just mad energy and backstick cross. I'm just like, that's just what the Brexit do. So with this midfield, bro, Gravenberch turning and driving, dropping the shoulder, bro. Every time he does it and then do a sideways pass, usually I'll judge the sideways pass, but the turning on the ball, breaking the lines for me, takes precedent over the sideways pass. Jones holding off a 3-man press just to pass it back to the keeper. I would still rate holding off the 3-man press. But if the Brexit did that, well, they didn't really do that, but they just one-time it back to the keeper. I'm just like, bro, you didn't even try to do nothing there.
But
So Jones trying to hold the ball, I'm just like, dope. You know, Gravenberch breaking the line, I'm like, dope. So with Brexit is just, as soon as they get it, you know it's going back. Where these men, they'll get it, turn, and then do the sideways thing. So I do rate the extra step they put on it. But like I said, it's not to belittle the Brexit. The Brexit, just keep it 100. I'm not even going to hold it up.
But look at this though, Zabir, where he says, big up to Dr. Q, man. But he says people were cussing that midfield. Like, no, but they were cussing it at the end, not at that beginning when we built that.
Yeah. That's what I was about to say, man. People are acting like
that's the point I'm relishing in. They'll cuss it because they don't see anything extra. Like these men, as soon as they get it, first time backwards, first time sideways. Where this midfield, you see man turning on the ball, holding off you see, man. Ends. How many times Gravenberch turn on the ball and you're like, yo, cold.
I used to see Fab drop shoulders and that carry that into midfield, little screw passes over the top.
You know what's happened here? And you know what's happened here? Man are speaking from that old midfield like the last year and a half, bro.
Yeah, I think that's
because before that, there wasn't no passing the ball backwards. The whole point of that midfield was get the ball, give it to Salah and Mane. Get the ball, give it to Bobby. Let's go. We went backwards.
Nah, man. Henderson was carrying it back.
When that Klopp's whole tactic, get to the goal as quick as you can, bro. That was his whole tactic.
The press from high up, bro. Play it forward between the lines. Hendo was scoring mad goals. Genie was scoring goals. Like, nah, bro. Fab was slapping it from distance. I feel like you man are this in that midfield still.
You know, the highest scorer in that midfield in any given season was
Fab.
Genie with 5 goals.
Fab had one that was high as well. When
but he was on penalties. I swear he was on pens.
You can't take him away, bro. Yeah, you can't take him. You can't take man's penalties away.
Yeah,
no, but I'm just saying. Well, yeah, I did rub that out, but I didn't want to count the pens. But but it you know, big up to 5 every time. But what I'm saying is not to put down the Brexit. I'm just saying for what I like. I felt like it's this. So to get more out of this midfield, I don't think it's on us or the manager. I think it's on the players. Because I'll see Szoboszlai, bro, can't really find a pass. I'll see the man. It's like that end product of what they're doing now just isn't there. Because like I said, Brexit, game in, game out. I've seen Gravenberch turn on the ball, drive through space, break the lines. Game in, game out. But then what does he do with it? The same Brexit stuff. Sideways, backwards. Jones. You holding off a 2-man, 3-man press. I've seen Genie done that. But then you go backwards. So it's the same as what Genie was doing. So it's just like that killer ball. And I felt like a 10 is missing. Like an out-and-out 10, like one of them Odegaard, man, that's all he's in there for is that De Bruyne-esque creativity. Like, I'd want to see the midfield man them. Not get more goals, but get more assists, if that makes sense. Take some of the pressure off Salah being that only creator in there. Can you see a midfield in this Liverpool team where one player is getting 16, 18 assists? Do you know how mad that is? I think it lends to your point I was listening earlier where, bro, we're not seeing a bag of chance creating where a bag of man is missing. And we're like, rah, we're not seeing that. And I felt like if we had that from the midfield, like, yo, Mac Allister's feeding these men. Somebody's feeding these men. These men ain't eating. It'll be a different argument. But for right now, the only man that's really feeding the team is Salah. Even the pass from out back. You know, normally that long diagonal man's in all of a sudden. Even that kind of dwindled down a little bit. So it's almost like, we just have to strap in, man, and hope for the best. But I can't see it going backwards, bro. I just don't see how it goes backwards. These men are younger, for one. Probably got a lot of minutes in the legs, though. But
yeah, they're
younger than the Brexit midfield. So that'll just be an added experience for these lot. You know what I mean? This is the first season they're basically at this level. So it'll just be interesting to see how each of them take it to the next level. Mac Allister, bro, came here after World Cup, got that League Cup trophy. This year, he's getting the Prem. So I don't think he's missing like a trophy per se. I think it's the same thing for Szoboszlai. I don't think he's missing a trophy season in, season out. Grava's putting his hand on another trophy as well. So I think it's up from here. I mean, I don't want to be overly optimistic, but I can see it going up from here, man. We just have to solid up, a few more areas and If it goes downhill, bro, it's 100% on the manager. It's not even an owner's talk at that point, bro.
Nah, that's fair. We'll wrap it up in about 10, though. Liverpool 6-7 says, ends Diaz numbers don't reflect his performances throughout the season. He's the only one up front, doesn't have any chemistry with the other guys. What do you guys agree, disagree with this one?
No.
I don't think he doesn't have any chemistry.
I think whoever plays at left back isn't as creative as who plays at right back. So Salah's chemistry with whoever's on that side, it's kind of pattern to play. Even if the patterns of play is shit, we know what they're gonna do. The other side's more unpredictable because, as I said, with what the managers told Robbo to do, Robbo underlapping is not a thing, blood. Like, I know that he's the manager that gets paid the big money, but we're not dumb, bruv. Like, that's not his. He's never been doing that in his whole career, bruv. Getting him to get inside and he ends up in the number 10 position. No, just let him overlap and cross the ball in, bro. And then Tsimikas doesn't play half of the time, and then when he does, he's got to do the same thing, innit? So that's kind of it, though.
Yeah, I agree. I'll take it a little further by saying what doesn't make that statement true is because the left back and the 9, this man don't have a 9 to play with, bro, or 10, or whoever you want a false 9 striker. He doesn't have one to play with. So I feel like every game it's, you're on your ones, figure it out. And I feel like that's why Gakpo played the way he plays. Like, no one in that position, in that side of the field, even since Mane days. Mane was just grateful he probably had Firmino. If you took Firmino out, bro, what does Mane have, bro? All he has is VVD and Kanate's long ball to him. So that side and the way we play, it was never, that guy never had chemistry. That guy had to basically do his own thing to make something happen. And Diaz has been doing that ever since he came in. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But he doesn't have the chemistry. Bro, there's no chemistry. You know how you're building the team and you're supposed to, build it from the back out and then each line links up. It's almost like you didn't put the left back in and you didn't put the 9 in. So that, you put the left winger in. There's no lines to connect to him because you haven't picked the other 2 players yet. That's basically Diaz. So it's almost like picking your team and you put the left winger in first. Yeah, it's just going to be one man over there. There's no lines to connect to anything. Do
you know the only time I've seen a bit of chemistry down there is probably Tsimikas and Diaz. I think once I've seen them play, I think they're the only ones I've seen. Like was it the West Ham game? He played the first half, didn't he? And then he took him off in the second half. Tsimikas, but that looked first half. That looked like they understood each other, what they wanted to do.
I actually blame even Jota heavily because it's like, I don't know how you are 9 and you can't link the other wingers, bro. Like it's weird. And
some lines are not
linked to Salah.
Some lines are not link up, man. But happens.
No. And I do understand that, but I was just thinking, like, obviously, I don't think we'll get another Firmino level guy in, or because Firmino, that was just his bag. But bro, it's almost like Salah was able to pull rank to get the little link to happen. I can't expect Diaz to do the same. I can't expect Diaz to go, check my CV, respect my thing. Like, you shouldn't have to do that as a player. You go on the team should gel. But Nunes goes in there, he hogs up the wing spot. Jota goes in there, he's hogging up the 10 spot.
There you go.
We can't criticize Diaz on that. That's not on Diaz, man. I think he's doing the best with what he's got. It's just unfortunate. We're going to be judging him on his ones when it's not even his problem.
What you just described is kind of the manager again, the coaching. Cause,
no, but 100%. But I can't put it on the player.
Yeah. I agree because they're not choosing not to go. Like, even just watching, people have been dissing Nunes all season, but last season he scored way more goals, bro, because he was in the flipping box, bro. These men are just hanging outside the box and don't have the quality outside the box to affect the game, bro. So just get in the box and then, but they're following instructions, man. So it is what it is. Listen, it's worked on it. We're winning the league, bro. It's just that it's in terms of their output, it's probably worked in despite of them with their output for the strikers. They've still helped in games, of course, bro. Like, and every point helps and every point counts on it. But
yeah,
in despite of them, because if this is another season when everyone else is a little bit better and their there's no Moreno's been more effective than our strikers, bro, and he's a DM playing up front for Arsenal. So Havertz has been more effective and he's been injured for most of the season. Gabriel Jesus has been more effective and he's injured for literally 90% of the season. That can't be a thing, bro. All of these men have been injured. Haaland's been injured and Stool, bro, and all these other teams with their strikers, they've all been effective, and ours have been a bit. You know what I mean? And at the beginning of the season, not excuses, but you try to give reasons for why they're doing that. And then time goes on and you're like, right, this is the whole season now.
Mm-hmm.
And you've not produced anything. Like, really produced. If you played Jadon Dance this season, he would have been better than them. The performance just ain't even there, bro. At least normally with a striker, if you don't
want to make it about Jota, but that was my.
No, it's true though, because normally if a striker's performance ain't there, they get the goals to supplement it, and then you shut up, innit? There's not even the goals to supplement the bad performances. It's bad performance and no goals, bro. Should never have happened.
Honestly, big up for the super chat as well.
Assist from Jota.
Question: if the rumors are to be true, Mamadash really wants to stay longer on loan at Valencia, do you then keep Kelleher for another season or sell? I would keep that. If the rumors are true.
Sell Kelleher, man. And he's going to be off.
Actually,
he's not going to stay.
No. I mean, are we keeping Yaros?
No, keep sign another goalkeeper. Keep Yaros. No, he's not. He's out of contract next year.
That's what I'm saying. Well, next year, not the end of this summer.
Just keep Yaros and keep Alisson in it.
Yeah, I'll just do that.
Oh, so basically, we're in a contract talks with Kelleher then, because Kelleher is probably like, I'm not signing the thing for FA Cup and League Cup, which is fine. But
he tried to leave last season, didn't he? He tried to leave in the summer, and the Liverpool blocked his move.
I'm not really in the spaces, so I wasn't sure that was a.
No, I'm just letting you know.
No. I understand because I heard it and I brushed it to the side. But now that I know he's out of a contract next season, it'll be in our best interest to sell him. But if Kelleher extends and the Dashvili guy is staying, I'll keep him for one more year before I sell him. But if he's not going to,
Kelleher is not in his last year.
Walk away.
Talk about Yaros.
Is Yaros in his last year?
Yaros is in his last year, not Kelleher.
Oh, Yaros in the last year? Yeah, no, then I'm definitely selling Yaros. Bro, if Kelleher's got 3 more years, I'm keeping him, bro. I can sell him whenever I'm ready to sell him.
But if he doesn't want to stay, then what do you do?
So man's just on contract, faking up back pains and that because he doesn't want to play.
Hey man, the same thing happens the other way, bro. Nunes has got bare time on his contract left, and they're trying to sell him. So same thing.
No. But Savage, what I'm saying though, Nunes for me and Kelleher in the different positions, I get that. But if I'm telling Kelleher like, League Cup, FA Cup, it's yours, and then we'll do some rotation because we've been screaming for this. Like Alisson doesn't need to play against Burnley.
The problem you've got, Zabiri, the problem you've got is what happened this season when you get knocked out of both competitions early and all of a sudden his games have been cut. We lost to Plymouth and it was over, bruv.
I think he signed a new deal. I have to check it still. I'm not sure.
Savage, I hear that, but what I'm saying though, for me, I would keep him because the other guy that's supposed to challenge him wants to stay.
Oh, yeah, it's really, if it's my choice, I'd keep him. I'm just saying
I'm not going to re-sign Yaros. I mean, don't get me wrong. I rated him. I forgot if it was preseason or what game Yaros came in. And I was just like, oh, we're winning in the goalkeeper market. We're winning. We got 4 bad boys in my mind. So,
he was supposed to sign a new contract. I know they offered him a new contract last week or something like that, or 2 weeks ago. Yaros, but
when I checked it yesterday, his deal ends in 2027.
Yeah, it does. So I know they was trying to re-sign him in that so they can get a bit of money for him. The funny thing is Kelleher was the team he was going to go to was Nottingham, innit? And Sal's has been the best goalkeeper all season.
Yeah, literally.
And do you see the saves he was making as well, bro?
He's been the best keeper all season, and Kelleher would have took his spot.
But do you see how
But do you think Kelleher would have taken his spot?
No, what I mean is, Zabiri, Sal's wasn't
we
the
wouldn't
first.
have seen Sal's basically.
Yeah, we wouldn't even have seen Sal's, but you just would have got Kelleher and not even give that keeper a chance. But he's been the best now, so he's probably worked out for him. But there's teams that Kelleher can go to, bro. Like he's better than like Areola and that blood, and he's better than Sanchez at Chelsea.
Chelsea needs a goalkeeper.
Better than Vicario blood. He's better than most of their keepers, bro.
Apparently, Chelsea's not looking for a goalkeeper in the summer.
Yeah, Chelsea's tripping with that not looking for a keeper thing because Sanchez is a myth, blood.
But remember, they got 7 keepers. Like, I'll be real. I'm trying out 7. And someone needs to work out.
You say just keep trying and see who.
Bro, because otherwise you just signed you got 7 keepers, bro. Like, why would I sign unless you'd have to be signing a mad upgrade in order for me to sign a next one. So in my mind, I'm like, that'll be dumb business from Chelsea to sign
Big up, man.
Kelleher because he's not crazy upgrade to like it's not Alisson level. So I'm like, bro, just try a next goalkeeper that
Sport
you
washing.
must have someone.
Seven goalkeepers is sports washing. Man ain't gonna
Bro,
fool
that's
me.
mad.
Yeah.
Seven. That's
Man are
crazy.
cooking the books, blood, saying that they're paying all these keepers 150,000, and you find out they're paying
Yeah,
them a
but they're
tenner,
not
blood,
really,
and
bro.
a tenner and a McDonald's voucher, blood. Lies, bro.
Hey, listen, before we go though, G, you doing the stream later in it, Barcelona? Watch along, or you not doing it?
Yeah. 8:30 in it. Yeah, 8:30. I'll do it on Big Up. I'm not gonna do it.
Big
Oh,
up,
big up,
8:30,
bro.
man.
Definitely won't tune into that, bro. So that'd be nice.
Me and G be kicking it back, man. Watching Barcelona win again, bro. You already
Why
know.
do you feel like you're playing like if that game's coming around
Because
so
we're
quick?
playing bare games, Savage. They're trying to
Oh,
fuck
you know
us
what it is,
over,
'cause
bro.
you played the day before us on the weekend, and ours is on Wednesday. Yeah, okay.
No,
No,
but then
I'm
you
enjoying
also-
it. You know how I
also
feel, bro.
forget
I'm
that
enjoying the
we played
football, bro.
straight after. We played
Yeah.
straight after the international break before anybody else. So
Yeah,
like,
all right.
that's when
right.
Yeah,
Rafinha
you also.
and
Wait.
Araujo had to fix the game.
Before you start feeling bad sorry for yourselves and that, you're also playing players that ain't registered properly. Yeah.
Anyway,
Realistically, bro.
They are registered.
Big
That's
up
a lie.
that
They're not, bro.
Big up
They're
that
not.
big.
No, they are registered. They are
Chat,
registered.
as always, love for
You
the
know I
love.
don't normally do the source
I'll
thing,
catch
bro.
you
But I
guys
know the truth,
in
bro.
a bit, bro.
This
I ain't
motherfucker
fucking
is
with
not
you.
it, bro.
Big up. Peace out, peeps.